Hello, Eisenhower families. It's Mrs. Page. I have a quick tutorial for you to use the Google Classroom. In an earlier tutorial, I showed you how to log into Clever. Clever is the gateway into the online programs that your teachers are going to have for your students. I showed you that in an earlier video, so if you're not sure how to do that, you can go back and look at one of those videos. But this video is to show you how to use that Google Classroom, all right? So here we are in our Clever gateway, and there is Google Classroom. This is where your teachers are placing the lessons for your students. Notice that when I hovered over it, it's got that heart on it. If yours doesn't have the heart, you're going to have to go down and find it down here. But if the heart is clicked, every time you open it, it's going to be up at the top. When I click on it, because I put in the Google extension like I showed you in our earlier video, it whips through all that password and sign-in stuff and takes you directly into Mrs. Hannah's second grade classroom. This, I have permission from the student's parents and the teacher to use this classroom and that student for this particular tutorial. When you open up Mrs. Hannah's second grade or any of the classes, you're going to come to what is called the stream. The stream is kind of like your Facebook timeline where whatever the last thing that was posted comes to the top. So sometimes that stream might get a little bit jumbled up. So the best place to go look is the classwork. Mrs. Hannah has cleaned up the stream so it's not confusing when you log in the first time. So if we click on this tab up here, classwork, here we have all the classwork that Mrs. Hannah has assigned. Also in Google Classroom, you will see a lot of our support staff as well. Our tier teachers have things in here. Our specials teacher, PE, library, music, and life science. Now don't get overwhelmed. Your students normally go to science one time a week, so sometime during the week you want to do that science lesson. They go to music 2 times a week normally, so maybe a couple of times a week you want to do a music lesson. They go to library 1 time a week, so 1 time during the week, you choose the day, let them go into that library lesson. And your students go to PE 2 times a week, so Miss Marchant has 2 PE lessons in here, and then she also has some extra things that you can do because, come on, if they're stuck inside, they might want to have some extra things to do to get them moving. Your tier reading teachers have things in here, and Mrs. Erb has things in here as well. So lots of things that they can access. The Kansas State Department of Education suggests 45 minutes of school time for students. So that's what your teachers are planning for. It may take you less, it may take you more, but remember those extra lessons are in there to supplement, and we do want you to do those PE, library, music, and life science lessons 1 time during the week, and you can choose which day that happens. So let's take a look at a lesson that Mrs. Hannah has created. Here's her Monday lesson for math. We're going to just click on this right there, and up pops the directions. The directions for this particular math lesson ask you to watch a video, which she's got right here for you to click on. And then she has some directions as to what pages in the workbook that was sent home with your child's personal items that you will complete. Pretty quick and easy. You can just read through these with your students, or perhaps an older sibling can read through it with them, or if they're second graders, they probably can read it themselves. So when they're ready to do it, you're just going to click on that video. It takes you directly to the link
Hey there,
that you
everyone.
need.
Welcome back to Mashup Math. My name is Anthony, and thank you again so much for joining me on this mini lesson.
And they have a little mini lesson there. And then after they watch it, complete the problems in that workbook. And then that mini lesson is there for them to go back and watch again if they need to. That's a math lesson. Let's look at a reading lesson. It has a couple of extra steps that I want to be sure and show you. We're going to click on this Monday lesson, and here again are the instructions. She gives you instructions to listen to a specific story using the Connect Ed link. Here's that Connect Ed link. And then she says, come back to this page. It will actually be a tab. And it says, once you've listened to the story, come back and you're going to answer some questions on this link. Let's follow those links and see what it looks like. When you click on the Connect Ed link, login, Your students are going to see this. They know what this is about. This is what they use in their classrooms to get into their lessons, unless they are a kindergartner. Kindergarten classroom teachers kind of do this as a group. So signing into this part will be new for your kindergartner, but your kindergarten teacher is going to send you a picture of the personalized shortened login for your student. And if you have any questions about that, or if you have any questions about any of these things, the best person to contact is your child's teacher, or call us up here at the Eisenhower office and we will try to get you helped. So students have a simplified login to get into their Connect Ed account. You're going to be happy about that because the login for their Connect Ed account is really long. So this is a lot easier for them to do. They know what their simplified login is. You're going to have to find your teacher's class. This is a second grade class, so this student will already know how to do it. Remember, only kindergarten will this be new for. This student is Theodore, and I have permission from his parents and his teacher to use him for this tutorial. I'm going to click on his picture, and then he knows what his password is, but you probably have a card that was sent home with your other login information that would have this. And like I said, for kindergarten, I believe they're going to send you pictures of that if they did not get it in your login packet. So his simplified login, I'm going to put it in real quick. Log in. And then it takes you to Connect Ed. This is our Wonders reading series. So you're just going to click on Launch, and ta-da! Here are all his reading materials for the week. Now, sometimes teachers will put something in as an assignment, and it might say, go to the To-Do tab. If I look at that, oops, open link, I didn't do that, but I want to do that. Read. Sorry for that glitch. I don't know how that happened. All right. Anyway, in the directions, it said to read the woodcutter's gift. So you're going to click here, read. Read. And you're going to look for that story. These are all the stories for this week, and there it is, the woodcutter's gift. So I'm just going to click on woodcutter's gift. It opens up in another window, and there is the story. Now, they have a lot of options here. This looks just like their textbook in school. Your student will know how to use this or know the way in which their teacher usually uses it, but they have some choices. There are some speakers, so if they need to listen to the story and read along with it the first time and then maybe go back and read it on their own, the
on a stormy night, a violent thunderstorm.
Turn the pages with that arrow and it gets you through the story. There are these markers up here that you can bookmark things. They probably won't need that unless their teacher specifically tells them. So your student would read through this story, and then remember it said to go back to do that Google form. Well, this popped up in a new window, so it's easy for me to go back to my Google Classroom. I'm just going up here to my classroom icon, and then I have this one to click on, which is my Google form, and I'm going to click on that. Because I use that clever extension, I don't have to sign in on anything for this part, and there's a quick question for them to answer, and then hit submit. Again, that popped up in a new tab so that you can easily go right back to your classroom to check out more things. Now let's look at that Wonders Connect Ed piece again. When I click on this read, it has all the stories that go for this week. If your student completes their lessons for the whole week and they want to go in and look at some of this other stuff, that's there for them. They don't have to do it, but it's there for them. There are also other things on here. There are words to know. Words to know. So there is all of their vocabulary words. If you click on a word, it brings up a picture. This is just like cards that they have in the classroom. It will give you an explanation.
If you are curious about something, you want to learn more about it.
And there's a little routine in here where you define it, you give an example, and then you can ask a question. These are all ways that you can work with your student using these materials. As I said earlier, sometimes your teacher may assign a specific thing that they want you to do, maybe a specific story. And if that's the case, it will be in this to-do part. Then you could click on it and would take you directly to the story you needed. There are also writing activities, and there are some games in here. All of them match the reading theme for that week. Pretty cool, huh? This way, it will really help your students stay right along with the learning while they're at home. As always, if you have any questions at all, please give us a call or contact your child's teacher. Thank you for watching and have a great evening.